folks, dude here, coming to you on, well, hopefully an occasion where everything is kind of working. We're now dealing with the fact that apparently Facebook has decided in their infinite wisdom that I am entirely a little bit too much. How much am I compared to standard me? I really don't know, but they say I'm just entirely too much. Abrams, what's going on, dude? So looking at things, I am now going to be specifically, strictly, solely, singularly, only, yeah, only on YouTube for the moment, which is fine by me. I mean, essentially, it's just me doing the streaming anyway. In a worst case scenario, I'm sure somebody could always post a link up someplace, but it is what it is. Okay, there's going to be no tastings, I don't think, today. Let's see. My stock of stuff. Nope, I got nothing to taste. Okay, so we're not tasting anything. We're coming up on the iteration of a new insertion of a hopefully new style of person. So hopefully that's the way that one's going to go, and everything works accordingly. Hang on one second here. Let me boop something. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm cheating here because I'm now using my tablet per se as opposed to the laptop. So usually what I would tend to do is I would tend to use my home computer for the Facebook, and I would tend to use the laptop streaming up towards the Wi-Fi. And this time I'm direct lining. I'm direct lining over to the YouTube, and I actually did have a previous window open up, and I had a previous live stream all set up, and I was using the Logitech camera, and it crashed. It said USB device not recognized, and I'm like, I didn't do anything different. What just changed here? So anyway, that's the way on that one. And work at Home Depot, semi-long story, splash sound and 3 mics. Oh jeez. Okay, so Abrams has a story in the chat room. So essentially, it crashed and burned running the Logitech, so I did reboot it, and I'm now using the Microsoft kind of sucky LifeCam, which is why it has that kind of, almost like every third frame, which is like just MIA, and it's kind of not the best resolution, but, hopefully in some form of processing, maybe it cleans up a little bit. I'll try not to be moving around too much, because I notice when I move around a lot, it kind of freaks out and goes, whoa, what are you doing, dude? So I'm not doing like a video upload here. I'm actually doing a live stream. So that's different. And who just went flicking on by? Oh, one of the kitties. Okay. I just saw something skittering past. Anyway, so looking at things as it is and looking at the new iteration of a new inhabitant of the White House. You know what? This is such a kerfuffle. And that's a good word to use, because that's pretty much about the only cleanest word I can use for this describing what's going on right now in the current administration to a new administration, and all the rest of this crap going on about, like, well, he's going to do this, or he's going to do that, or she's going to blah, blah, blah. I really don't want to get into the nuts and bolts of who's going to do what to whom and when. I do know that past history being of what it is, there's quite a little bit more than a little bit of what she did to all of them, but of that I shall say no more. Logan Ray hasn't showed up yet. Abrams has said, last week I was at 1 point, 6 other people had reset 9 bays worth of tile. Some of the bays required 5 beam levels to be moved. We moved tile, steel beams, duct boards, and display pieces for 4 days. Yeah. It sounds like you reorganized your entire tile problem right there. Anyway, so looking at things coming down the pike, Facebook being what it is, me kind of stuck out in the middle, as it were. I'm really not sweating it, okay? I mean, I know there's a lot of other things going on. Of course, you have the whole thing about, stuff actually happening in real life that really matters more about what's going on than what Facebook's opinion of you tends to be at the moment. And, how many SEO type of apparatus, actually now do something for whatever. Half of I hate Horrible. Oh, I hate Marvel. Okay. He pulled a message. I hate Marvel. I think it was horrible, but I guess that meant marble. I don't know. Anyway, I see you got a couple people in the room. You guys hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate your kind attentions. If you decide to hop into the chat room, make some comments. I do pull my comments out of the room, and I do give proper accreditation to the person who placed them there. I'm not one of these guys who goes, oh, you know, opinion being. No, this is actually a whole public intercourse therein of what we tend to have with each other, and good stuff like that there. We can converse thusly, and of course, we can make our points known to one another without being verbose, persnickety, snarky, or any way, shape, and form of anything of which we're doing. We're simply just having a public discourse, and it's fine. We can do these things. Of course, if I say anything along the lines about, well, anything other than public discourse, if I say it's actually like you're conversing with each other, and it is actually a social intercourse, it is what it is. People do these things. They'll speak to one another, and they will have their interactions, and of course, having these interactions, it counts as public discourse or public intercourse. No, sound guy. No. It's no. Stop. Okay. It's that, but it's not that. Okay.
But I moved from there.
No, it's not that. It's really not that. Okay. Anyway, so looking at the way, shape, and form of which things we're now furthering ourselves within, essentially as it is, I am. I'm pretty much on Facebook. Just yeah, I'm really. Actually, it's more like this. Hang on a sec. Wrong one. It's more like this. Yeah, pretty much just splat. Like, I actually got to mix those two up. That'd be fun. The Coyote Fall and the crash and splat. That actually was like a video of people crashing and burning, and that guy was the guy messing up on a skateboard. For some reason, that one just cracked me up. I just thought that was just a great special effect to put into the room. Anyway, Perry Gayshawn, appreciate you coming on by, dude. Do you want me to sound off on Facebook so people know to drop by? Dude, if you wish to, that would be absolutely epically cool. At this point in time, Facebook has got all my interactions locked out, with the exception of Facebook Messenger and birthday wishes. So that's the only two things that I can currently still do on Facebook. And what happened is I logged in, or I tried to log into my original Dude Jerky account, and I let them know the IP address that I was using to do that. Then I was using my other, accounts, and they basically locked me out of all of them as well because I was using the same IP address. So anyway, that's the way on that one. And Patriot Fever, appreciate you coming on by, dude. So anyway, way, shape, and form. Hopefully more people are going to be checking me out. Realizing that Facebook is fakakta. It's completely fakakta. And that's just how it is. Because they really truly can't stop me from being me. Oh no, they're not going to stop me from being me because, well,
balls.
Well, I got more than just that. Okay,
I've got balls of steel.
Yeah, exactly, sound guy. That's what I got, because I'm not going to worry about Schmuckerberg and all the rest of those guys doing their little just libtardation pity patty. We've stopped you from doing things because we own the place. We are in charge. It's not going to stop me from being me. Okay, I'm going to be me no matter what. There's other venues that I can do. I am being way more active on MeWe. So MEWE. So I read Michael Echo or Mike Echo, whiskey.echo.com. I am known on there as Me Oh My. And I am trying to change that. I want to make sure that things are not completely jacked up before I actually do the full interchange. And if I do it right, it's going to be good. If I do it wrong, well,
Fatality.
yeah, it would be that. It would be that, sound guy. It would definitely be,
Fatality.
it would definitely be fatality. So let's see. The Patriot Fever is here. So I got a couple people in the room. I got some more people outside the room. I appreciate anytime you guys hang out with me. And I realize you got many other things to do on a Tuesday. You guys are hanging out with me, and I do humbly appreciate it. So let's leap into the stack of stuff, as it were, and hopefully move out thusly. Hang on a second here. My stuff's not stuffing. There we go. That's what I needed right there. And like I said, I'm cheating with my tablet. Well, the thing is, beside my tablet, I have the Bluetooth keyboard, which actually stays stuck in the Bluetooth case that actually it's not a Bluetooth case. It's just a carrying case, but it's one of those magnetic ones, that basically stands your tablet up so you can do stuff with it. But this one being the Bluetooth keyboard actually is really cool because it has a little trackpad and everything, and you can move the cursor around and whatnot. So this guy sticks literally into the case. And of course, your tablet clicks in on the other side. And there's actually a little bit of a story about that. I'll tell you that one. There's actually a little bit of a story behind that one. I rock an older Samsung tablet. Why? Because I got into it for a really good price. So I rock a Samsung S2. Now, if you guys know anything about the technology of tablets, they have gone roughly about the same thing as like phone technology. I mean, it is so much better than the previous iterations. Thought I saw it flashing an update there. Sorry. But the previous iterations and screen technology and all of it's gotten so much better. And I was looking at an S3. This is a couple years back. I was looking at an S3, and the difference between an S2 and an S3, for everything that I could see, was pretty much just the screen was like just a RCH, read like a red coochie hair, an RCH better in terms of just performance and what the actual unit actually did in terms of like the processor and the battery life and the cost. I really couldn't justify spending another 160, 170 bucks just to simply get 20% better screen. Now, they're now up to the S6 tablet. And that thing is just redonkulous. It's about as nice as looking at like, the really optically perfect, whatever, iPads and what have you. But it's like $700. I'm like, dude, I spent half that price for my laptop. And my laptop has an screen, but an okay processor. And that's the thing about it is it still works perfectly fine. And my last trip that I took out, I flew out to Arizona. I was intended to stay out there with my sister for a week. Things went kerfuffled. I flew back on the same day, had a layover in Las Vegas for about an hour, then flew back across the United States. So I literally put in like 5,000, almost 5,000 air miles in the course of like about a 12-hour period. I put in like 5,000 air miles flying to 3 different destinations. So anyway, what I did was I ran that tablet and I was rocking the first gen. Is it this one or the other one? I think this is the second gen. Where did I have the first gens? I got them somewhere. Wait. So I was rocking the first gen of the sound canceling headphones. And oh, guys, I tell you what, if you ever want to do something cool when you're on a plane, have the noise canceling earbuds. Okay, these things are infamously good. They work to just perfect levels of knocking down the sound level. As a matter of fact, one of the times we were taking off from, I think the last leg, I was taking off from, the last leg, I was taking off from Arizona heading to Las Vegas. And man, I'll tell you what, I swear that guy was floorboarding the throttle because those engines were loud. And I do mean so loud it was uncomfortable that putting in the earbuds and turning on the noise canceling actually helped. But I've related this one to you guys before. I mean, flying with noise canceling headphones with that tablet I've traveled with before. As a matter of fact, that's actually exclusively my travel tablet. When I go on cruises or I go on vacation or something, I take that with me and I take my Wi-Fi hub. So I literally have my own private network wherever I go that sponsors Verizon, that I literally turn this on and I have my own Wi-Fi network. I don't need to log into like the hotels or I don't need to log into like, the stuff in the airport, which I never, ever do. I'll use 4G or 5G before I ever would log into like somebody's public Wi-Fi network. I just don't trust it. So anyway, I got the S2 and I got these noise canceling headphones, earbuds, call them what you will. Those noise canceling guys, got those jacked in. And before, when I had that thing, and I had it like literally maxed out completely with normal earbuds, read like, your standard, regular, little old, here we go. Your standard, regular, old, just standard little earbuds, like a little microphone on board. But these little guys right here, which is also Sony, that's the noise canceling brand that I prefer. I like Sony products. I've always liked Sony products. The Japanese think Sony is pretty much like, their version of Hyundai because they don't trust it. They buy other brands. Americans are really big on Sony. It is what it is. But anyway, these guys are non-powered standard earbuds, and that's what I was using on previous trips. And I would have that thing jacked up completely, and it would be barely enough noise level knocked down from the outside world to really hear this, the movie very well. On the last trip, running those noise canceling guys, I was knocking it down to like 75%, and I'm hearing a movie perfectly. The ambient noise was knocked down to such a degree, I cannot begin to tell you how cool it is to have the noise canceling stuff. Get them. They're really cheap on eBay now. The used units are fine. Basically wash the ear little boogers, wash those in alcohol a few times. It's not going to be a big deal if it's been used. Obviously, somebody else's bougies are going to get killed if you run them through alcohol enough times. And the thing about it is that stuff is good shiznit. Now, like I said, the S2 here is currently what I'm using to like monitor and do like, looking up various things. It's a little slow, but in terms of what it actually does, it's fine. I mean, I was watching movies that whole 5,000 miles and playing games. I have a couple games on board. And for what it was perfectly fine. Also, I did have a power brick, this guy right here, which is like insane. I think this thing's like 10. I'm going to have to cheat now with the peepers. This whole focus thing sucks. It's like my long distance vision is getting better. My close up vision is starting to suck. It's annoying. Small font is not my friend. This guy is... It's an absolutely insane power brick. This thing is 20,000 milliamps, and it's called the Pocket Juice. Let's see. This guy is the Pocket Juice. No, they don't even give a model. They just simply say the Pocket Juice, and it's 3.7 volts at 20,000 milliamperes, or 7.4 watt hours. Now, if you think about the sheer numbers on that, that's a laptop battery. It's a laptop battery in disguise. This thing will recharge like the most redonkulous smartphones like 3 or 4 times. And this smartphone has about 4,400 or 5,000 milliampere battery or something. I've yet to run this thing out. And this is being my Note 9, the replacement for my other Note 9. The one that I broke, you can see, let me show you screen differences. Yeah, the one on my right, your left, is not nearly the same as this one. This one ain't busted up. It's just the screen's a little dirty. This one is busted up, but it still works. But I'm not going to run a busted up phone, to do Uber and Lyft and what have you, dragging my finger all over broken glass. It's just stupid. Patriot Fever. As long as the buds drown out liberal buzzing, doesn't matter. Oh man, yeah, that's also nice. Little Patriots 1 and 2 are already racking magazines into it and playing live Halo. Oh geez. Tommy Dart gun loaded for smart TV and CNN tonight when chowing on Mexican takeout. Okay, well, sounds like Patriot Fever's having a little fun. I've discussed with my friends who actually reside local with me. I live up in Baltimore, which puts me about 40 miles or so north of Washington, D.C. They reside in one of the towns surrounding Washington, D.C. on the east side in an area known as Prince George's County. Now, in Prince George's County, it is predominantly African-American. They happen to be the few white guys that just live there. No, I'm kidding. It's actually a pretty well intermixed county, but it's predominantly black. And I was discussing with them. I was like, guys, do you really think you're going to go down to D.C. for this gathering? And both of them were like, nope. I mean, the sentiment is awesome, but considering the mix of local cops, all the screaming Antifas and the BLMs and all the other screaming Memeites hired by Soros and DNC and company, the National Guard, one of the 17 police agencies currently operating in the Washington, D.C. area. I don't think it'd be the best and most opportune things for me to go down there and well, they obviously said they're not going down there. I am going to watch from afar. Now, there's always that classic joke, if the ballots don't work and if the things go wrong, there's always voting from the rooftops, and it's the picture with the guy with the 50 Barrett. We ain't come to that point just yet, but I have plenty of firearms with let's just say add-ons, and this one being a really cheap one I just picked up off of eBay for Fun and Grins. I'd rather say something else, but for Shiznit and Grins, Fun and Grins, it's probably going to go on one of my air rifle projects, and I'll play around with it. The guy, I think the guy was actually using it for like airsofting and whatnot. I mean, the elevation's cranked way the hell up there. So I think he was probably like wishing he really had like a 20 MOA mount or something. But the elevation's cranked like way up there because you're trying to flick a airsoft BB, man. That thing just does not fly. It just doesn't. Okay, airsoft BBs fly about the same thing as about like basically like throwing like those foam peanuts at somebody. They just kind of go. It's like I got some inertia, but I don't weigh anything, so I just fall right out of the sky. And so that's where we are with that one, and another project ongoing and other stuff playing around with. I did actually have a very cool occurrence. I went on eBay and I actually happened to find a very cool piece of kit. And it's one of those things that's actually a very unusually found piece of kit. For the longest time, I've had, my standard survival knife, as it were, but this one being a Techna survival knife. And this thing's been rotting forever in my pen holder. And I, have like a ridiculously overstuffed pen holder full of like pens and chopsticks and, standard dude stuff, hemostats just in case, all manner, markers, pencils, pens, a whole manner of all kinds of goodies and goodness and what have you. But the thing about it is I bought this thing really cheap because it was missing the sheath. And that's most of the tools that you ever really truly want to have with this survival knife is the fact, it's got a couple cool tricks of its own. Yeah, the saw blade is, screamingly 80s, but it also has a flashlight on board in the handle. It rocks one of these Techna splash lights. Hopefully you guys can, it's reverse image, but you guys can see it says Techna Splashlight. And I did do a revision on it, and it is now running the LED. Not the most bright, but the thing is that's really cool is it is rocking a lithium battery. So the nice thing about it is the fact it's got a lithium battery is, well, any temperature extreme, it's not going to die off. The lifespan of a lithium battery is not the best, but the mere fact you can go to a store and you can buy lithium batteries, also known as 123 batteries, or there's like a bunch of other nicknames for them. But the thing about it is the handle always has the flashlight. Well, that's kind of cool. It's almost like a one-trick pony without the stuff. Well, I went online and I found a sheath. It is missing the belt clip, but man, that's so easy to make with a couple pieces of shoot cord or something. But it was complete. It's got the little drawer underneath with the instructions, the mirror, the compass, which is hard to find. Usually you don't find those with the little button compass. It has the fire starter, has the sharpener, it has the fishing gear, it has the little fishing rod things that attach to this to make this into a fishing rod. It's kind of a joke, but having the fishing stuff is actually kind of cool. To have this thing all now in one fell swoop, that is how it is intended to be in its full iteration. So, picking this thing up for not an insane price off of eBay, I was a pretty happy camper because most of the time you see anybody selling those things, they think it's this rarefied stuff and they're going to slam you for the price because, well, they know it's not unobtainium, but it's rare. What do you guys say in the room here? Sub 1% difference and 35% to report civil war or riots in the morning or Maxwell House. At this point in time, I don't know, but I'm tending to think no matter what the case is, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in the middle of that, whatever it's going to be, because that whole kerfuffle is going to be either the opening shots or it's going to be a big damn mess. Now, I have seen some news reports, and people have said, oh, Google Maps doesn't work in D.C., and, the Apple Maps doesn't work in D.C. They're trying to keep you out of D.C. D.C.'s a grid pattern, okay? If you want to get to the White House, the easiest way to get to the White House is it is a grid pattern. The letter streets go east-west. The numbered streets go north and south. The White House is at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. If you get on 16th Street out of Silver Spring, Maryland, and you go 16th Street 3 miles south, guess what? You're going to dead end looking at the White House, okay? It is very easy to get to the White House. Excuse me 1 second here. Yeah, I actually broke down, went to 7-Eleven, and actually got some of their, cola with sugar. Anyway, 1600 Pennsylvania, it is not hard to get to. Now, the other thing, too, is also D.C.'s small, man. D.C. is smaller than, some places' parks. You can go walking from one side of D.C. to the other in about an hour, about 2 hours. You can walk the width of D.C. in a narrow part. In the widest part of D.C., you're probably talking maybe 3 miles, maybe. It's smaller. It's way smaller than Manhattan. It's not that dang big, okay? It's maybe 5 miles, 6 miles long, and maybe 4 miles across. If that, it's not that big a place. Trust me. Manhattan is almost 4 miles across and 13 miles long. Also, D.C. doesn't have, 8 million people on it. It's only got 600,000. Now, the other thing to do is also, if you really, really, really want to mix it up, follow the crowd. Hello, they're all going to the same place once you get on the Metro Rail. Oh, how do I get to the White House? You look at the freaking map, okay? Which one's closest to the White House? Oh, yeah, I got to get off on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It's called Google. Which railroad stop puts me closest to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Boop. Holy crap. Little Patriot 3 just made more smelly catapult. Oh, no. Made more smelly catapult ammo. I'm thinking he's got a full diaper load. Ew. Hiya, dude. Okay, this is from Delanor Rosie. First time I'm seeing you. Appreciate that. Hiya, dude. I'm expecting something else. Why say there's going to be a march to the White House knowing how secure the place will be? POTUS and POTUS relocated elsewhere unless the White House is not. Well, Delanor, here's the thing. If you go down to that area of D.C., I've talked to the Uniformed Secret Service. Those guys see the kooks, the local nut jobs, and the wackadoodles all the flipping time. It's not something new under the sun for these guys to deal with a group of wackadoodles and nutcases and just crazy people making a fuss around the White House. There's, like I said, there's 17 police agencies that operate in Washington, D.C. Of that, there is the National Capitol Police. Of that, there is the Uniformed Secret Service. Of that, there is also the Executive Protection. There's at least 4 agencies on the White House grounds currently. Not even up to and including possibly the ability to call in special forces and say, hey, guys, could you maybe drop in here, dress plain clothes, and kind of mix it up a little bit with the nutcases and make them stop? Yeah. Compwiz, sound guy's a wackadoodle. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm holding him back now. Trust me. When he gets into things and he starts playing around, it's never ever pretty. Okay, that must have been his date last night, but sure. Is there a voluntary Patriot service? I don't know. I do know that there's like a lot of police agencies around there. I've talked to the Uniformed Secret Service. The stuff those guys see, wow. And I do mean wow. Like they see stuff they really just don't even talk about. Hate to drop this, but the Russians have a nuke-powered torpedo with a 2090 megaton warhead. Well, that's fine and good, but we also have like, I don't know, like 7 Ohio class submarines flying around somewhere in the ocean. And hello, Merv. That's 24 to 124 warheads per missile. Yeah, it's nothing that you really want to trifle with, because right now, you send a sub over and you screw with us, we got a better sub. Well, ours are quiet. Well, that's fine. Quiet doesn't stop ours from getting over and doing its job, and you haven't stopped it. Rosie, I should elaborate. I'm Beta Talk 357. YT Nazis deleted my old channel over trumped up flags and they didn't like my truth bombs. Oh, dude, Beta. Oh, that sucks, man. Is the USS Charlotte one of those that you know? USS Charlotte. Not off the top of my head, but I can Google it. Let's see what it says. USS Charlotte, SSN 766. Oh, that's Los Angeles. That's a fighter. Yeah, that's armored USS Charlotte. Hang on a second. Let me click it over to Wiki. Los Angeles. This, that, and the other thing. That's an attack sub. LA class. Hang on a second. Fast attack. Yeah, that's fast attack. Now that's the thing too, is you can also look at like the acronyms. The Navy is actually really good about that, Leo, when they say SSN. So subs, I think it's like subspeed. Hang on a second. I gotta fix myself here. Okay. Screwing myself here. I gotta look it up real fast. SSN is a attack submarine nuclear powered. SSNB is submarine ballistic nuclear. So that's the difference. The SSN's the attack subs. The SSNB or BN is, those are the ones that really can really wreck your day. That would be like your Ohio class. Those are the guys that really can really wreck your day. You're talking, was it 24 or 48 empty nuke tubes, and it just made a hell of a mess. Logan Ray, appreciate you coming up. Or Logan 112, sorry. Dude can't stay. U.S. Canada junior gold medal match about to start. Cold Beard, Wade, and me. Catch you next week. All right, Logan, appreciate you coming on by, dude. CLULSS, which lazy losers didn't like the video? Dude, you'd be amazed. I mean, you could put out the most positive video on the planet. And I've seen it. It's like awesome video, slams nobody, very positive, uplifting message. And I'm going to use the phrase dickheads. 4 dickheads decide, I don't like this, and they neg the video. And the thing about it is, as I eventually figured out, is positives and negatives, they don't matter, man. So as a matter of fact, when they put a neg on there, that shows the same thing as a positive. It shows, I'm doing air quotes, it shows engagement. Yeah, exactly. CLUS. It takes less than half a second to click the like button. Exactly, man. But that's the thing is, you'll get these dickheads go, I don't like this video, or I want to cause, some form of controversy, or I want to mix it up with, the guy who put the video out there. I want to get noticed. I want him to talk about me in the next video. And that's one of those things I made a absolute never will do. And I will never, ever give notoriety to anybody that's, gives a snarky comment on one of my videos. And if they dislike a video and they say, well, I put a dislike on there because you blah, 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 or I didn't like your voice, or you this, that, and the other thing, or the way that you posited the notion of blah, 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 I didn't like that either. So I put a dislike on there and I'm going to show you. I don't care, man. It's not like you're going to change anything in the world by putting a dislike on one of my YouTube videos. If anything, you're going to show that you watched my YouTube video. So dislike all you want. Have a blast. Hate dislike dweebs politics. Oh, man. I only like videos I want saved for later, Callie's saying, or Abrams. I only like videos I want to save for later. Well, you know, there is always the watch later button. The biggest problem is sometimes where you have a producer, they make a video, the video is out there, and then in their infinite wisdom, for some reason, they pull the video. And the problem about it is YouTube will never say this video was in this realm or this timeline or this channel, put it out there. As a matter of fact, one of my friends that actually hadn't put out a video for a long time, and the guy actually has like neurological issues. And I really wanted to see like a video. It popped up in my YouTube feed to say, hey, you know, check out this video by blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, dude, I never even saw that one of his. And it took me like about a good 20 to 30 minutes to even remember what his username was. I mean, I know what his name was, and I know his real name. I remember, you know, like some semblance of what his YouTube handle looked like. And it took me the longest time to figure out where he was. So much so that I actually had to find the actual direct link to look at like every single channel that you're subscribed to. And it was a pain in the rear. It was a pain in the rear. Oh, cluck like away. Wow. Patriot is going to DC. Oh, dude. Oh, okay. No, I don't know. Patriot Fever, are you going to DC? I don't know. So Delano also, I'm just simply just calling you beta, dude, because I know you're beta now. I can verify I didn't speak profanity or hate speech in my comments or indifferent, or my comments were still being removed, and obviously a channel had for over 10 years deleted. That just sucks, dude. That really, truly just sucks. And the thing about it is it's really annoying as all get out, because the problem is that, you know, I don't remember in any instance where, you know, beta put something on there and it wasn't like just good conjecture or it was a good comment. You know, it's just a case of, you know, arbitrarily YouTube said, well, you know, well, we've decided in our infinite wisdom that we can't allow you to do these things, so we're going to have to pull you. That's crap. It really is crap. And you really have no recourse. And because Alphabet, Google / YouTube is such a monstrous entity, you got no teeth. And that's something that really, truly needs to change. I would love for the polls to sponsor United States citizens and say, you know what, under auspice of you guys actually being able to speak with us over the internet, and, you know, you're not being allowed to by Facebook or YouTube or any of these other guys, we are going to sponsor you in a lawsuit so that you may sue them under our sphere of influence, because the polls now have it in way, shape, and form where they can fine Facebook, per example, where they screw over a Polish citizen for 1.8 million / 2.2 million American dollars. And it's the death by 1,000 cuts. So if you go, yeah, well, you know, Facebook makes all this money, they'll never sweat $2.2 million. What if you talk a few 10,000 people now getting on board? It's going to get expensive quick. Say you get 100,000 people. Well, 100,000 times 2.2 million, that is starting to get into a lot of freaking zeros. Say if you get a sponsorship of 1 million people who've been disaffected by YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. All these things can come down the pike, and all these things are going to get really, really expensive. And the thing about it is once you start hitting their working capital, and it gets to the point where they're now not as profitable as which they were, that's when you're going to have a situation where you have a whole bunch of people now going, what just happened here, and why are these things? YT, CompWiz. YT also has videos now who are glitchy and flag videos of mistake by 18 plus. Well, I never make a video that says, only for kids or this video made for kids. And I don't know why I just did this, but now I got this message that says chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect it. Okay, this is crap. Unable to connect the chat. Please try again later. Okay, this is utter crap. There's no reason in the world for the chat to drop out like that, and I am not happy with this occurring, in any way, shape, and form, because I want you guys to have your opinion. I want you to be able to express yourselves, and I tend to think right now that YouTube is playing games because they are deathly afraid of Donald John Trump getting in for a second term. I'm going to say it. I think they are deathly afraid of him getting in, and of Biden being discounted because something sketchy happened with the election. I tend to think that's what's going to happen. Me and my heart of hearts, it ain't over yet. I mean, he could run the counts and the election process to like March. It's not settled on January 6th. It's not over in any way, shape, and form. I know you guys are probably still out there. I see a whole bunch of people still, showing on the, here we go, up in the corner of my screen. Like, it won't show in yours, but in the corner of my screen, I'm still showing a bunch of people in the room, showing some likes. So you guys are still engaging me. You're still watching my stuff. And I have no reason in the world to expect anything but, you guys to continue watching me, even though you can't make comments now. I don't know why it's saying this, but it says chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. And then underneath that, it says unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. I'm the guy doing the video. How would I not have the thing connected to chat? And no, Beta, I don't think that you're Typhoid Mary, dude. I think this is just, Facebook /YouTube /Twitter playing their little, mechanized games of, gamesmanship and trying to twist things up and make it different than, make the end result different than what they think it's going to be, or trying to make it something that, they hope it's going to be. Let me look over here in my feed real quick. Like I said, I can't do anything on Facebook, which is really flipping annoying. So anyway, let me look over here real fast. Let's see. Scrolly. I did a version of a post that everybody seems to be playing with, and they think it's really fun. And it's basically this pink box that says, Biden did not win legally. Everyone post this and drive Facebook censors crazy. Well, I took that and I edited it in such a way that I thought possibly they wouldn't be able to flag it. And then I dared them to flag it. And eventually, they did actually flag it with false information. Same information is checked by another post by independent fact checkers. And I put QR codes in there. And the QR code I put in there, I was being snarky. So if you read the QR code in that post, it's me being me. It's really me being me. And I'm sure they're not happy when they look at it themselves going, oh, he slipped that one past us. It's still out there. Well, that's all fine and good. Yeah, it's still out there. Okay. Sorry. I'm not going to stop being me because you guys don't like it. I did find this interesting. And this is one that I heard posited on one of the overnight AM shows that I listened to. And this is concerning the virus vaccine, the COVID virus vaccine offered by Pfizer and BioNTech. And it said that it offers the vaccine to volunteers who got the placebo. Now, the guy who was on that overnight show said there's a reason why they want to give this placebo to all the people that had the panel of shots. Is because they're trying to muddy the waters. They want to have everybody have the same side effects. So those people who took the placebo and don't have the side effects or exhibit no long-term issues, it can show that the vaccine is unsafe. So if they get everybody to get the shot and some people refuse the shot, it glitches up the works because then it shows that the vaccine might have side effects. And that's the other thing too, is also now it's come out that, healthcare workers who have gotten the shot. There's one nurse that got it 3 days later. She had Bell's palsy. The entire left side of her face was paralyzed. There's another guy that had like the shot, and he's like, majorly sick now. There's all kinds of people who are having all kinds of side effects. Oh yeah, it was bad for like 3 days, and then I'm better. Nah. Okay, that's great. You're better in 3 days. How are you in 3 years? We don't know. This is this is technology that we're using that we have never used before. What we used to do is we used to get the virus, and we used to kill the virus. Then what we would use is we would use part of the dead virus, put that in a vaccine, and put that into your body for your body to go, oh, that's what the virus looks like. Okay, that we can deal with because we now know what we're looking for, and we can build up antibodies and chase the white cells after it, and we can take it on. That's one of the major reasons why the human body, in all its amazing ability to fight off infection and all that great stuff, cannot deal with cancer. It just can't identify it. It's basically like the guy who's kind of quasi there that your body goes, yeah, there's something here, but we don't know what it is, so we're just not going to do anything to it. And literally all cancer is it's cells that just don't die. For all intents and purposes, it's your body being taken over by a zombie growth. It refuses to die. And it just keeps growing, and it just keeps growing, and it keeps growing, and it keeps growing. And once it's growing, it's now spread itself to other cells. They become zombie cells as well. They don't die. So it grows and grows and grows and grows until eventually it just overwhelms your body's resources and kills you. Or you get lucky and you hit it with something that it basically gets knocked down, and it basically cannot reassert itself. That's all really that chemotherapy does. But you got to remember something about chemotherapy. For every cancer cell it kills 800 healthy cells. It's bad stuff, man. But it's the best thing we have going. Horrendous surgery to rip the thing out of your body. You hope you get it all. You're dealing with something that happens on a microscopic level. You hope you got it all by ripping out this 5-pound mass or whatever it is. Did you get it all? You hope. That's why they take out the cancer and then they keep going a little bit further. And they're like, well, we figure we got beyond the margins and we think we got it all. Well, the dirty little secret is it's also into your lymph nodes. Well, you got two distinct blood streams, okay? You got your blood flushing through your body, but even more so than that, you have your lymph system. Your lymph system is all that stuff that's like, fluid floating around that basically gives you substance or what have you. The lymph system moves that around. Well, the cancer cells go, the bloodstream's really cool, but we're going to take the secondary road, and they get to your lymph system. That's the problem with cancer, is it gets everywhere. It's like roaches. It just gets in there and it just takes the place over. Scrolly. This one I found hilarious. This is from the NewYorkPost.com. An alarming number of U.S. healthcare workers are refusing the COVID-19 vaccine. That's interesting on its own. U.S. healthcare workers are first in line to receive the COVID-19 vaccine, but an alarming number across the country refusing to do so. Earlier this week, I got to click off on the link here. Let's see. Oh, I just didn't open it. Okay, that's really damn annoying. Anyway, so basically what it is Ohio Mayor or Governor Mike DeWine, basically try to do something and get them to stop doing it or make them do it or, call what it is. So anyway, way, shape, and form essentially is the situation they're in is basically people are refusing the shots because they know it is bad juju. Do not do that. If you're going to avoid that, do not take this crap. Because side effects, side effects. Yeah, don't do it. So anyway, you got to look at this thing and you got to look at it backwards. The communist New York Post isn't happy that people think for themselves. And healthcare workers think that the vaccination is unsafe for them to receive. So if they don't want it and they're not taking it, there's probably a reason why. I'm not taking it. I'm going to go with herd immunity. In fact, I have a really, really kick-ass immune system. I'm going to ride with that for the moment and see what happens. Let's see. Scrolly. I don't know if you guys heard about this one or not. This one pissed me off. Just give me 1 second here. This one pissed me off. There's a senator by the name of Josh Hawley, so Hawley, and he put out a Twitter post. He said, millions of voters concerned about election integrity deserve to be heard. I will object on January 6th on their behalf. And then there's really small font in the Twitter post about, his length, depth, and breadth and about how he's going to do these things and why he's doing them. So Walmart, in their infinite wisdom, replying to Hawley M.O., go ahead, period. Get your 2-hour debate, period. Hashtag sore loser. And that was posted up on 11:37 a.m., 30 December 2020. Well, immediately, supposedly, Walmart regretted the fact that went out there, and they said some stupid line about, well, it was one of our guys on our what was it? Our public statement team or some BS like that. And he made the statement on his own. And, we don't wish to make a statement on the election at this point in time. So we're going to remain neutral and not say anything about the election certification and all the rest of this fun stuff. No, you already did. Okay. What needed to have happen is what Walmart needed to do is they needed to grab this guy by the nuts, drag him outside, stand him in front of a camera and say, what are you going to say right now? And the guy goes, I'd like to quit now, please, sir. That's when Walmart goes, no, you're fired. And you're fired with such just venom and vigor that we're going to screw you so hard that you don't work for another company the likes of us again, ever. That's what they should have done. And they should have named the guy publicly, the one that made that statement. They should have named him publicly, and they should have posted up the stuff that proves he was the guy that made those statements. What did Walmart do? They pulled the comment and said, oh, we're so sorry. We really, truly don't feel like this. And, the thing about it is when we make these statements, it happens by accident. So we delete them and we apologize. Okay, how many times have I said this, folks? How many times? Chisel it in the granite. There is no delete button on the internet. There is none. You put it out there, it's out there. You can't take it away, guys. You put it out there. Hello? Yeah. Anytime you put something out on the internet, it's there in a perpetuity or in somebody's hard drive or in somebody's screenshot, or it got stuffed in a cloud somewhere, or it got crawled, which is the little things, basically the bots crawling the internet and taking information and stashing it for later. Your stuff is out there. Walmart, you screwed up big time because now you're just potentially pissed off in excess of 70 million people that voted for Donald John Trump. Not smart. Really not smart. And I thought it was really funny because, somebody made a comment like a little bit later. It was like, yeah, this smacks of a millennial. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. One of my pictures, and it's like one of the last pictures I was able to post up on Facebook. It has been unbelievably well received. There's like 17 comments, 14 shares, which if you think about it on Facebook, that means a whole bunch more people saw it than talked about it. Because just like on YouTube or on most things requiring engagement, usually only like 1% of all the entire group actually bothers to make a comment. And of that, it's an even much, much smaller majority of people tend to actually be proactive, grabbing a copy, sharing with other people. It tends to be a very small, predominant population of people who do these things. But this picture is like the most, I cannot do it justice, folks. I really can't. But it's a Pakistani looking guy wearing like earrings, a dress, jewelry. He has more of a 5 o'clock shadow going on than I do after about 4 days. That guy looks like he missed a shave by about 12 hours. And he's just like, yuck. Earrings, a really just wrong hairdo. And the meme on it says this: "Thank you, American taxpayers, signed Pakistani Gender Study Program." I got bad news for you. There's not much of a Pakistani gender study program in a Muslim country. There ain't. Because most times it would just simply be a case of, yeah, dude, no, don't do that. And if they do that and persist doing that, they go out back and they get to meet the AK-47 because they just don't play those things in the Muslim world, man. Homosexuals don't do good. Cross-dressing, gender-confused individuals really don't do good in the Muslim world. They just don't. I do not begrudge him on that one. Let's see. Scrolly. Talk about Hawley again. Let's see. Scroll. Nothing else really notable I'm finding right there. I'm going to try something real quick, and I'm going to cheat this on my computer. Hopefully it doesn't crash and burn in the process, because sometimes stuff just is easier to find. So that's just what I'm going to do right here. Let's see. Scrolly. Oh, that's interesting. For some reason, it's not going through to Facebook. I wonder if they hard blocked me. That would be interesting. If they hard blocked me, that would be hilarious. Because let me see if it goes to any other websites. Let's just see. Oh, it's for some reason it's not opening another website. Hopefully, I'm still live here on YouTube. That's weird, man. Let's see here. No, it opened fine over here on my tablet. Maybe my home computer is just being weird. I don't know. I know it is sometimes a long and hard and begrudged thing to simply get, just uplink stuff happening. And I think it's maybe just the age of the thing. I mean, because I am running still a Win 7 computer, and it's an older Win 7 computer. I've just been too lazy to upgrade to something newer. I am probably going to have to upgrade sometime soon, but I don't know if I really feel too charitable to say, yeah, I want to have a Win 10 computer. I really don't like Win 10. I just don't. It just doesn't play nice. There's so many little behind the scene things and little glitchy things that just don't feel right. And, it's always a little kind of, is it really working right? Or is it just screwing with you? Or is it just, yeah, I mean, is it doing that to you? Or is it just, it might be the second part. Yeah, it might actually just be caca. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm going to probably have to upgrade sometime soon. I really, truly don't want to do that. But, it is what it is. And technology being what it is, I am going to have to probably...
Parental discretion is advised.
...go to a Win 10 desktop computer. I'm really, really not feeling that. Because, my standard home computer hasn't... No sound guy. It's working, okay? It's not that at all. I turn it on and it just works, okay? I don't have to worry about it. It just it's not that old, okay? I turn it on and it works. It's not that old, okay? It really isn't, okay? Stop. It's really not that old, okay? I mean, I turn it on. It does what it needs to do. And I got this one.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
So help me. All right, so coming up on the 10 o'clock time period, 5 minutes too. I got a couple more minutes to play with here. Hopefully this uplink has worked better than the previous because, man, I have gotten so sick of dealing with the stupid stuff and things not working correctly. It's truly just gotten completely on my nerves. Why? Because, well, it really should just work better. And it hasn't, okay? It really hasn't. It's been very, very annoying. And truthfully, I have seen many times where it should have worked better and now being completely jacked up by YouTube, not at all, but Facebook all the time. Well, there's also the other thing too on YouTube. I mean, I really truly haven't seen great ad revenue with AdSense. I mean, I'd still make a little bit of money off of it, but trying to make views on videos nowadays it's actually very, very, very hard because unless you have something that just goes completely viral, or if you have a channel that's like popular in some unique abstract way of saying that you're putting out something that people want to see all the time. And there is YouTube channels I watch regularly because, I just enjoy the content. Truthfully, it can be said, I really haven't watched broadcast television in a very, very long time. Mostly because I find it very insulting. And also the other thing too is also it's on at certain times of day, unless you get like the streaming stuff, then you have your choice of when you can watch it, what have you, and that's all cool and everything. But the biggest problem is got to back it, excuse me. The biggest problem is also, this is going to be on at this time of day, and you have to be sitting in your seat at this time to watch this thing on television and sit down where we feed you this psychobabble Bravo Sierra that really is just mind-numbingly stupid brain pablum. I truly have gotten to the point now where I just don't want to watch most broadcast television simply because it's intellectually insulting. It's not quite the Housewives of New Jersey, but it's close, man. It's real close. The music scores suck. The scripts are dumb. The characters are always these really mom's better than dad. Dad's just an idiot. The white guys are always the bad guys. Hey, let's have this internationally disaffected person who's like a huge member in the society of the television show. Obviously, there has to be multiracial things going on. There has to be the couples that are one is of one race, one is of another race, and the parents are disapproving, and that's why they're not cool. That kind of stuff. The kids know more than the parents do. The parents are just a bunch of old fuddy-duddies. They don't know what they're doing. And it's just intellectually insulting at its outset because, it's just this liberal pipe dream about, socialism's the best thing ever and we're going to ram it down your throat. And, anybody that has a different viewpoint is just wrong. So, listen and subscribe to our viewpoints, because if you don't, we'll make you look stupid. And, it's just stuff I choose not to watch. And, that's truly one of the best things I could say about, most of the guys that I actually do watch on, YouTube is it's apolitical. It's pretty much the guy doing their shtick or they're doing their thing, and politics really doesn't come into play. And I really, truly don't need to listen to politics 24/7 to get the gist of where the world is going. And truthfully, it's just the most insulting thing on the planet for you to say, well, the way you think is stupid because, it's an old way of thinking. Our new way of thinking is so much better. And, all that stuff that you learned in the past is completely irrelevant because we have this new way of thinking that is so much better than the previous. And because we're now this enhanced and better anointed society because of our, 3 seconds of listening to a college professor spout his drivel that he's come up with 50 other guys that basically just knocks down everything that was, traditional or Christian or this or that. It just gets very insulting after the first 5 seconds. And then it just pisses you off. You just get tired of watching it. And most times it's just a case where I just don't want to listen. So I bail. All right, so coming on the 10 o'clock time period, I appreciate your kind attentions. And like I usually say, you guys had many other choices. You get a gold star for attendance attending this time. I have no flipping clue why YouTube killed the chat when they did. It's annoying. I mean, nobody said anything all that pejorative in there. Nobody said anything that was even the slightest bit nuanced to, oh, yeah, let's all get together in D.C. and rabble rouse and all. It's crap, okay? So I got no reason to understand why, they killed it like that when it is what it is. But, YouTube, you're playing games and people see it for what it is. Facebook, you're playing games. We see it for what it is. Twitter, we knew you were playing games. We know it for what it is. Well, anyway, I'm going to bring up this one, guys. Keep it ring as always. Always, you love it. Be sure to check out my friends over at Round the Cabin, roundthecabin.com, roundthecabin.com. Buy, sell, and trade, around Gardens Gate, medicinal cannabis, all that good stuff like that there. Do be sure to check me out. I'm now also on MeWe as Me Oh My. I need to change that over to Dude Jerky or make it, something. But you can see it's 80s Podcast Channel. So if you look for that, you'll find me. I probably need to put a tag in there, to like second link it or something. But I'm kind of doing a little bit more stuff on MeWe right now. Unfortunately, I'm now frozen on Facebook. So that's where we are with that one. And appreciate your kind attentions. You guys have many other places to go, but you hung out with me and you get a gold star for attendance. And I guess catch you guys next week. I might put out a video sometime midweek, if I have like some thing to play with or, something. I might put out something. I don't know. Facebook right now is kind of at a standstill. So it is what it is. Facebook was Facebook. They killed my main page. So now I was running a secondary page. Then they put the kibosh on that one. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go to other venues because there is other stuff out there. And the MeWe seems to be almost exactly like Facebook. It's really, really close. As a matter of fact, it feels and runs very much like Facebook compared to Parler. Parler is more like Twitter, and it's just really annoying. It's like going to see these big, these 50 big names, and that's pretty much all you really get. I'm going to break up on this one, folks. Appreciate your kind attention. Eager Keep It Ring as always, you love it. And there's a button. Catch you guys next week, and or at another moment's iteration. Good stuff like that there. Eat good, keep centering as always, you love it. And now I've only got one button to push. Yeah. Catch you guys later and have a good one. See you guys.